Dan, I'm from Minnesota, you're from Minnesota. Why does this election matter? Why should it matter to Minnesotans?
Well, you know, every election matters, obviously, in Minnesota. Why am I running for judge as opposed to some other seat? Is because I think the judicial branch has become our most powerful branch. And if we want to keep our personal rights and our freedoms, we need to be paying attention to who those people are. I mean, even on a practical level, it's the judge that's going to tell you how often you're going to see your kids, for instance. You know, what are you going to pay for support or not? You know, the protection that you might need from an abusive spouse, perhaps. The job of a judge is just, it's so integral into our personal rights and freedoms. I don't think there's any position that actually has more direct impact on us than that job. And most people don't even know who their judges are, and we need to know that. We in the state of Minnesota are supposed to be selecting our own judges. That's what our Constitution says. Article 6, Section 7 says judges shall be elected by the voters. When I ran for the Court of Appeals 2 years ago, if I would have won in that election, I would have been the first person in Minnesota's history ever to be first elected to the Court of Appeals by the people of Minnesota. It's never happened before. And if I win this election, where I'm running for Chief Judge of the Minnesota Supreme Court, I will be the first person, I think, in over 100 years who's been elected to the Supreme Court as Chief Judge by the people of Minnesota. And more people are becoming aware of the fact that the judicial branch really is the branch we need to be paying attention to. We believe in personal freedom. Well, if you want to be free, you also have to be brave enough to exercise something that's called personal responsibility. I want you to be informed, and I want you to vote intelligently. I want you to be informed not just about who your president is going to be, or your senators, or your Congress members, but also take the time to be informed about who your judges are, because those people directly impact your rights and freedoms, as I said earlier. And I want you, one of the things you can do now that you couldn't do before, go to my website, griffithforjudge.com. That's Griffith, F-O-R, judge.com. You can learn about me. Check out the other judges also. But go to the polls. I think it's August 14th for the primary, and then the general election, of course, is on November 6th. Do what you can. Make your voice be heard, and your vote is your voice.